Are you looking for a new tropical getaway? The next Bali or Tulum? A place with cheap luxury hotels, influencers named Kai, and a beach club where hot Caucasian men serve you bubbly champagne? Well, Portugal ain't it, babe.
This video is not like other ones on YouTube telling you to move to Portugal because everything is perfect and all of your problems will disappear. In fact, no country is perfect, but Portugal is pretty awesome if you ask me. Let's go. It's about 4:30 in the morning, about to leave the United States. By the time you are watching this video, I will have already left my home in United States near beautiful Lake Tahoe, Nevada. I will have started a new journey 5,000 miles away where I bought my dream home in rural Portugal.
Anything is possible. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough.
Damn it. But some of you might be asking, why in the fuck would I do that? Currently, international migrants represent only about 3.6% of the world's entire population. That means that over 96% of people in the world still reside in their home country, and maybe they can't leave. First off, I would like to begin by saying that I am extremely lucky and privileged to be able to have this opportunity. I know some people around the world can't leave because they don't have the means, or their government simply won't let them. I am very grateful for being able to make this move. With that being said, here is my story. Why would I go through the hassle to move my entire life? My videography business had just become successful. I had friends I had known for almost 20 years, and all of my immediate family lived within 2 miles of each other. I guess sometimes in life, it's time for one chapter to end and a new one to begin. You see, I've lived in a different place almost every year of my life, from Detroit to Flint, Michigan, from Flint to Reno, Nevada, from Reno, Nevada to Los Angeles, and now, Portugal. I guess you could say I was ready for a new beginning. But what if they don't have the same things I was used to in America?
Alexa, there's no Applebee's in Portugal.
Why the fuck are you asking me?
Even before the pandemic, I knew that I wanted to live in a different country for a while. So I convinced the aviation company that I was working for that I wanted to be their travel guy. I wanted to develop business relationships around the world in places like Thailand, Japan, South Africa, and Europe. But to be honest, I wasn't really interested in the business at all. I was more interested in the travel. Then, in January 2020, my company was going to send me to Spain. This was great. Maybe I could convince them to stay long term. Finally, I was going to escape from the office. But a couple months later, the funniest thing happened.
China has identified the cause of the mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
There are fears a rapidly spreading virus has reached Australia.
This is a rapidly emerging situation.
I have today declared that the coronavirus presents a public health emergency in the United States.
We will be suspending all travel from Europe.
After 2 years of the pandemic, I was ready for something new. Something to really shock the system. I wasn't even sure where Portugal was. In fact, the only reason I really knew about it was because of my dad. My father had subscribed to a newsletter about the best places in the world to retire, and Portugal had made that list. So it made me curious why so many older people wanted to move there. Was it the amazing tax benefits for retirees with their pensions only taxed at 10%? Was it the incredible seafood that might be some of the best in the world? Was it that the west and south coast was completely covered by extraordinarily beautiful beaches? Was it the slower pace of life in the rural and more country areas? Whatever it was, I needed to find out for myself.
Well, Europe is welcoming back international tourists from July 1st. Let's go live to our Europe correspondent.
So when things started to open up, I bought the first ticket I could to Portugal. After arriving in Portugal, I had realized that Portugal had exceeded my expectations. The food was even more incredible than I thought, and the beaches were even more beautiful. Not to mention, the waves for surfing were absolutely perfect. And the wine here is outstanding and very affordable. There are over 275 native grapes to the region of Portugal, and that list is still growing. And don't even get me started on the 23 Portuguese islands of the Atlantic. A separate video on these beautiful islands will be coming in the near future. So I made my decision and told all of my friends and family that I was moving to Portugal. Then I sold all of my things and took the biggest risk of my entire life. Dark things started running through my mind. Does Portugal even have a Costco? If I talk about football, will they think I'm talking about soccer? Is 911 even a number here? Do they have any measuring tapes in inches? Culture shock began to set in. I needed a pastel de nata. Moving to a new place, especially a new country, is never quite what you expect. And sometimes that is the best part. My advice to anyone moving to Portugal is to make a pros and cons list. See if your pros outweigh your cons and make the decision based off that. I'm going to be posting weekly videos on YouTube with detailed processes on all things moving to Portugal. I hope you will follow along on this journey with me. Subscribe and like this page only if you feel like it. This is Dave in Portugal. On this website, you can search for listings available in Portugal by region and also use filters to see price, how many bedrooms, does it have air conditioning, a pool, pretty much everything customizable to what you are looking for. No, I am not sponsored by Idealista.pt, but it is very helpful to see the kind of areas and pricing that are currently in Portugal to see if this could work for you. And eventually, I found a place in an area that would work for me. I will show you the region that I'm living in and all of the regions that you can live in Portugal in another video.